Hello and welcome to First Impressions of Mini Metro. Mini Metro is a kind of resource management puzzle game on Steam, currently in early access, and it's quite interesting, so I thought I'd show it to you. Currently it is missing a few features, such as audio, which is disabled, but it has some other cool stuff. So, in its options menu, it's got resolution and full screen, which currently you have to change outside the game. You can change the language to different sorts of languages if you want, but seem to have a fair number. Wait till we get back to UK. It has different modes for what it looks like. It's got a colorblind mode, which I will turn on for this video. It's got accelerated start, which I believe, although I haven't fully looked into, makes the start of the game a little bit quicker because it is a bit slow to start off with, which is good. Right, so let's jump into it. It's only got one of the three modes completed at the moment. It's got Classic, Zen, and Extreme are currently shut, so are not ready. It's got a lot of different Metro layouts that you can do, which all kind of work around a river kind of thing. So you've got London, which has a very simple river on it. It's got Paris, which is more complicated, and then it's got a few that are locked right now that I haven't tried out because they are currently unavailable, which all seem to just be varying degrees of rivers. So, I'm going to jump into a game and show you what's going on. So, you start with 3 stations. You can click and drag to make a new line, which your train will go along. You can click on the end of a line to extend it. You can make a line go in a circle here. You can also click in the middle of the line to extend the line out. And you can also make tracks look a little bit nicer than sometimes the default gives you. And the basic premise of this game is you have to keep delivering passengers without any of your stations getting overcrowded. So, create another line there. You can also see how many lines you've got available right now. Right now I've got 3 lines I can have available, and each line costs a train to place. So you'll see when I place this line, number of trains we had went down. You also have a limited number of tunnels or bridges, depending on what map you're on. And this basically forms how the game becomes difficult, because as more stations appear, you get more and more demand on each of your lines, but you get less resources to deal with them. Now, every Sunday in game time, you're going to get a new thing. Like, you'll get a new train, and then it will give you the option of 2 different resources. So we'll see what's happening here. Currently our line seems to be going fine. We're delivering all of these people in an okay fashion, although we do appear to have too many lines leading to the same symbol. For instance, you're not going to get anyone from a triangle line 1 to go to another triangle line. So having them next to each other is kind of inefficient. So we might look about reconfiguring where all of our stations are in a minute. But we're going to wait for it to get to Sunday first so we can get our new resources. So, right, we've received a new locomotive. Good. We can choose between a line and a carriage. Carriage allows you to carry another 6 passengers on a train, but but you lose speed on your train, so it's possibly not good to have a really large line with a carriage on it, because you'll get a few stations along the line that get overcrowded, and that will cause you to lose. A new line is good, because it allows you to possibly get better optimized stations, so you can get it going like circle to triangle, square, then have another line that goes triangle, circle, square in a different way so that passengers get where they want to go. But it means that you can't put your new train on one of your old lines. So I'm going to take a carriage. Pause the game here. And what we're going to do is we're going to scrap some lines. So we're going to scrap all of our current lines. So we'll do that. Right, we've got a new symbol here. Generally, as what I found in this game is circle is the most common symbol that will appear, followed by triangle, then square, and then you'll get these odd symbols that kind of appear in their own. They don't seem to have a specific order for which one's more likely or which one's not likely. Okay, so we're going to create some new lines. So you see this line goes between all these colors, all these symbols, sorry, without actually going along duplicate. So I've made this line, right? But this is going to cause a amount of overcrowding on square, because the only way that you can get to this symbol right now, if you started here, is to go along here and get off at square. So I'm going to do the same here. And I'm also... Oh, have I run out of lines? Yes. So I'm going to have to make some compromises on our line here. So we've got quite an unwieldy and kind of rubbish line, so we might need to get a new line on Sunday, or perhaps we'll get some more symbols that will allow us to fill out this line better. What we're going to do here is we're going to put another train on this one, because we're just ferrying things between the three, and people won't be going right. There's not a lot of stops, so you won't get a lot of people going on each line, but you need to get them there quickly to keep them off the station. And I'm going to put a carriage on this one. The reason I put a carriage on this one is because if they start a circle, say everybody wants to go to kind of diamond, you're going to fill, say you get 6 people here, it's filled up your entire train. That means that you won't be able to get anyone on this circle from this station, or this station, or this station, and then this station will start to get overcrowded. And then if you fill up at square, want to go to circle, or want to go to triangle or whatever, you're going to just get overcrowding. It's going to be horrible. Anyway, I'll let the game run. So, see, just need to wait for a few of these stations to populate. Takes a little bit after a new symbol appears for anything to actually populate onto the station. Right, so this is going to help this new symbol is going to help our green station have a bit more variety. Yeah, sometimes the tracks don't quite go in a way that makes it look nice. It doesn't actually affect gameplay in any way, I don't think, but it's a bit odd for me. I'm just trying to make this track look nicer. I don't think I can actually right now. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's still a bit off for me, but that'll do. Anyway. So, this will mean that we will be able to pick up different people for each bit. Like any circle one from here won't have to go all the way along our line, it can just stop off there, which is good. Allows us to get more passengers from the triangles want to go to circle. Also allows us to pick up these passengers going that way to go to circle, opposed to having them all sitting there for a while. Oh, yes, this is a problem with the game at the moment. Sometimes symbols can appear on your on lines, and it doesn't really give you a great way of noticing. So you see, this symbol isn't actually attached to our line right now. But if you were just kind of zoning out, like over here, like it was, you might not notice it. Which can lead to that line, later on, can lead to lines like that getting overcrowded very quickly. Because you get a lot of passengers and there's no way for them to get off. Right, now this is an interesting thing. Now we have a square in a different place. Now this shouldn't be a problem because both these lines can connect to this square. But if, say, this line couldn't connect to that square, it could lead. Let's say that this line connected here. It could lead to some odd positioning of your passengers, because you get a huge amount of people wanting to get off the square here, and you could get people from the green line, from like this triangle, would also get off here and things. I think I've had that happen to me. They did do some bug fixes on the latest beta, so which I haven't tested out a lot, so that could be fixed by now. Or it could be talking rubbish. Anyway. So we're going to connect that line. That also means that we don't have triangle to triangle anymore. We have triangle to square, which is good. Basically, the objective of that's basically what we're trying to achieve. Right. Now we can extend this line out further. We are, however, making this green line quite large. Like, our blue line only has 3 stations, but our green line has 8 stations on it. So we might want to consider either lowering the number of stations on green line, or putting the new train that we get on green line. It'll depend on what we're offered on the Sunday. You see, we can't get to this one right now because we don't have enough bridges. So we're going to have to do a bit of a redesign of the line. I think that the best way to do it would be to do something like this. Then extend the green line all the way down there. So that leaves us with 7 on green line. Fortunately, we are going to have to extend the blue line out. I think if we extend it like this, that's only adding 1 more station to blue line, and then we make yellow line go over here. That'll work out fine. And now we've got a bit more variety in the line. So that's going triangle, circle, square, triangle, circle, square, triangle. So alright. This one's going circle, circle, triangle, square, which isn't great. It's got circle, circle, but on this side we've got circle, triangle, circle, diamond, circle, square. So we're kind of achieving what we want to achieve with the lines. We don't appear to have any overcrowding appearing, apart from down here where we've got a fair amount. Anyway. Right, now you see the problem with circle to circle is this train is almost filled right now. But it needs to pick up these symbols. If it was, say, triangle to circle, there would be a lot more circles on this train. So they'd be able to get off and then replace them with these ones here. But as it is, he's only going to be able to pick up 1. So that's not great. Anyway. Should be alright for just now, because we're on Sunday, so we'll get a new train. Yeah, so we got a new circle line down here, which, again, not very happy about, but just kind of have to go with it. I think if we get either a bridge or a carriage, I'd be happy. Right, so we could get another line, but another line isn't going to help us, because there's no way to get out of having multiple circles. So we're going to take the carriage. I'm going to put the carriage on blue line, so it'll be able to pick up. I'm also going to put a carriage. Yeah, I'm going to put another train on blue line as well. The reasoning for this is it's just providing a bit more transport for these people down here. Because I would prefer to put another carriage on the line, but given that we don't have another carriage, I'm just going to put another train on there. Right, so we got another unique symbol on, well, not unique, but we got another odd symbol on green line. So we're going to have to connect it up. Green should start to have a little bit. This station should start to fill up a little bit more, because we've got people wanting to go to Diamond and people wanting to go to Pentagon. pentagon on that line. So hopefully we have enough trains to cover it right now. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do a bit of a track redesign. Okay, so this one up here, I think we're going to want to put yellow line on it because green's got quite a long line right now, and I think that puts yellow at the same length as green. Yeah, same length as green. So we're gonna have to upgrade yellow line at some point, I think. But not right now. We might end up doing a redesign where we kind of create a central line. This one of the strategies I quite like doing is creating, say, a line between circle, square, triangle here, and having other lines attach around it, so that you can kind of make the circle line a quick way of getting stations from becoming too overcrowded. Anyway, we'll let this go on a little bit more. We got another square on yellow line, which is good. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and show you what I mean by my circle line thing on Sunday. Assuming that these tracks don't get too crowded. Because if they get too crowded, deleting your tracks can be a bit dangerous because they get more crowded while you're changing the tracks, and it's all not very good. Right, so yeah, sometimes you do need to wiggle back and forth to actually get this to connect in a way that it's okay with. Yes, because yellow tracks get a bit unwieldy. Anyway, yeah, starting to get a bit of crowding down here. Yep, we got another circle appearing on this track, just randomly. I don't know whether there's actually a reason for them appearing on that track. Like, I don't know whether there's a specific, if there's already a track here it can appear, or whether it's just a random thing to do with how it's generated. But, yeah, it's a bit odd. There's also a thing that happens in the game where one of your symbols can morph into another symbol. Like, for instance, I've had a circle track turn into a different odd symbol, which I'm fairly certain is still a brick, because it kind of means that you can't be complacent with your tracks. You have to continually change what's going on. Anyway, got a new locomotive, and we can choose a line or a carriage. I'm going to choose a line this time, and now I'm going to do a very quick redesign of my line. Let's get rid of all of these. They're going to be a bit overcrowded, but I'm waiting for them to disappear. Right, so going to go for something a bit like this in the middle, and then we're going to have a line that goes along like that. Here, I'm going to have a line that goes along like this. Going to have this line. Ooh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted it to attach to this one in there. That yellow is quite difficult to see. I haven't played a lot of colorblind mode, but I thought we had another track. Oh, well, we'll get rid of the... It's my bad. Get rid of this green track down here. And we'll just extend this. So we'll attach there. It's not great. I did have a kind of line going around here, didn't I? To go down to square, back round. Give me a moment. I'll find a way to do it. Let's just go straight down to square. Again, go around like that. Okay. Oh, I have to wait for green to finish going to where it's going. Right. Now I'm going to create the last line around like that. And we're going to kind of use the orange line as a way for other lines to get where they want to go. So for instance, we'll get people dropping off at this line who want to go to Diamond, and orange will just kind of deliver them around stations. That's the plan. So we're going to put an extra carriage on orange because it's going to get a lot of traffic. We're going to put an extra train on yellow just to help it. I think that's where it's going to get a lot of stuff. Light blue actually has a lot of connectors onto orange, so it won't need as many trains because it's constantly dropping off what it's got. So I'm going to put carriage on green and a train on green because green doesn't loop back round to orange, so it's going to drop off. It's going to need to pick up a lot of people at once. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I think yellow might be a bit crowded, but hopefully it'll be alright. You'll see here that blue is actually quite crowded already, but hopefully once orange does its first little pass round, this should clear up nicely. We got another symbol, star. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach it so it's not going triangle to triangle. I'm going to go star to triangle. Sometimes the tracks do get a bit difficult to look at. Like here it's quite difficult to see where it's going, but it can be fixed quickly. Right, so you see the station here, it's getting very overcrowded. But my plan is hopefully this orange station here will pick up most of the people. And then it'll stop getting overcrowded. If this circle gets all the way around, it will start flashing and your game will be over. Right, now down here is one of the things that I quite like about this game. It keeps changing, making you to change how your strategy goes. Because there's no way that I can get this line up here at all. Like, this line will not really go up here. I think there was one possible spot there where it was fine, but it's not going to allow me to put that line there. It means I need to change all of blue line to fit this in. So blue line has to go like this right now to fit in, because we don't have enough bridges to connect over yellow line. We don't have enough to just go over the corner, so we need to do it like this. Because the blue needs to change to being something like that. So now blue line is going to get quite overcrowded because it's not looking right. Yeah, I've done a pretty bad job of actually getting these stations sorted out properly. But yeah, blue line's going to get overcrowded now, so on Sunday I'm going to have to try and do something about blue line. But I'm also going to have to do something about yellow line. There's a thing there for it. I think for yellow line it needs another carriage on it, and I think for blue line it will need another train. But we're getting to the point where we might lose out here. Oh, no, not quite, but definitely getting close. You see, the orange line's working out quite well at actually getting people where they need to go. Green line's having no trouble at all. I might have put too much on green line. Too much support. I think the extra train probably would have done better on yellow. Okay, so I'm going to choose the carriage. Put an extra carriage on yellow line. So I can pick up more people. Put the extra train on blue line. Right. So let's see how this works out. Really disappointed I haven't seen any of these symbols change into another symbol yet. Unless that was a bug, which is a possibility. I liked it. Oh, this just did what I was talking about. This one was a circle, and it just changed into a cross. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So this now means that there's going to be a lot more pressure on things going to yellow line because they're all going to, because we've got all these other lines are going to have people want to go to cross. There. So we'll just let this go a little bit more. Oh, we got a problem here with this station's not getting anyone picked up on because they're all pretty much full when they get here, like these trains. Hopefully on the next pass by that'll fix, but no, it's not great. Oh, wow. Really wants blue line to be difficult to draw. Does that fit? Nope. So I'm going to have to do another redesign of blue line. Let's pull this back here. So we want it to go down here, attach like that. Cool, so that works. But it means we now have 4 circles in a row, which isn't great, but we do have an orange line on 2 of them, which should help relieve some pressure. In fact, I think I might extend orange line to 3 of them. All 3 of them, just so that, because orange has got a little bit better infrastructure than blue. At least for picking up lots of passengers. I think I've lost, actually, because I don't think this train is going to get here in time. Yeah, that's game over. Didn't do great this game, but there you go. So, overcrowding at the station has forced your metro to close. 600 passengers travelled on your metro in 32 days. So that's the end of that run. Click restart or go to the menu. In the menu, it shows you top score, total number of passengers delivered across all of your runs, and the total days of operation across all of your runs. And then you can check the leaderboards. So you can see you can get quite a large number of passengers if you start to get your lines going at a good rate. Most I delivered is 2,000, which is alright, but yeah, if I spent a bit more time on it, I'd get a lot higher. Anyway, thank you for watching. That is the end of First Impressions, and I'll see you next time.